I don't know if this is an excuse. I don't know if this is true, but it's the whole, I don't know if I can make that. That's gonna take like 58 minutes. Look, if you can take around 10 to 12 minutes, you can make the greatest chili garlic noodles of your life. But pause, full pause. I wanna walk you down a little story, all right? You're making your little chili garlic noodles. It's great. Oh, haha, look at me, I'm having so much fun. And it tastes great. Took you 12 minutes, right? But what if you just made your own noodles? Well, Josh, can I even make my own noodles? Yes, you can. And these are the easiest noodles of all time. So I'm gonna give you 3 different chili garlic sauces, all of which are extraordinarily fast. And I'm giving you the homemade noodle recipe, but if you don't want to,
it's optional.
So with all that being said, let's make this, shall we?
Yes, noodles. We love them, but listen up. You can use just about any noodle you desire. You want lo mein? Great. Chow mein? Sure, pal. Or maybe you're really naughty and you want a sweet potato or a glass noodle. Is that allowed, Josh? Any noodle will work with arguably the easiest and greatest chili garlic sauce on the planet. But let me sweeten the deal. I'm not gonna make one. I'm making 3 chili garlic sauce variations for you to choose from. And hey, if those noodle choices don't work for you, then I'm also gonna show you a homemade noodle that you can make completely from scratch in 30 minutes or less if you're fast. We're talking homemade noodles. That's fast as boy. See, most homemade noodles take a lot more time than this because there's no gluten, there's absolutely no rest time, and you only need to make a few of them. You're not making hundreds of little noodles. It's even easier than homemade pasta. If you don't want to spend the time doing that, what did I say earlier? Pre-made noodles, boom, 5 to 10 minutes instead of 30 to 45 minutes. That being said, you're gonna want to see these noodles. I saw these all over TikTok. I have no idea where they originate from, but I thought I'd try my hand at it. They're kind of like gnocchi because there's fresh potato and extra starch, except the starch is potato starch. Makes sense. You need 2 medium or 3 small Yukon Gold potatoes. These were small. Oh, so cute. Peel them nicely, like you're taking off a little jacket. Cut them into 1.5-inch chunks and place them into lightly salted boiling water just until tender, about 5 to 7 minutes. Remove and run through a potato ricer while they're still hot. You can also use a hand masher, but they won't be nearly as fine. Plus, potato ricers you can get online or at a lot of cooking stores. The link is in the description for the one that I use. Now add your rice potato to a bowl, smooth it out with a spatula, and add 1.5 cups or 250 grams of potato starch. Start mixing that together, then add 3/4 of a cup or 175 milliliters of room temperature water. I would highly recommend you start with half that amount of water, kneading, then adding more to hydrate as you see fit. The goal is to end up with a nice, smooth dough that's not too crumbly. And you may end up using all the water, but that's nature, brother. You see, my good boy. Cooking is a bit of alchemy. A potato is a potato. Some may contain more or less water. You are simply at the mercy of nature. Anyway, knead your potato until you get a nice cohesive dough. Divide that into 16 even pieces, then roll those pieces into rods about 6 to 8 inches long, depending on the length and girth that you prefer. Just try to keep them thick. That's kind of the appeal. Plus, they also fall apart if you go too thin. Now drop those bad boys into a pot of boiling water and cook until they float. Once they're floating, then you just cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. Now while those are boiling, sauce number 1. Now while this is our primary sauce, I'm not sure that it's going to be our best or our fastest sauce. Now to a large heat-proof bowl, add 2 green onions finely chopped, 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of toasted sesame seeds, lightly ground, 4 cloves of garlic grated, 1.5 tablespoons or 12 grams of gochujaro, 2 teaspoons or 11 grams of crushed red pepper flakes, half a teaspoon or 3 grams of MSG, 'cause Papa loves it, half a teaspoon or 3 grams of white sugar, 1.5 tablespoons or 22 grams of dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon or 17 grams of regular soy sauce, 1 tablespoon or 17 grams of Chinese black vinegar. Then in a small sauce pot, you'll add a 1/3 cup or 75 grams of vegetable oil. Heat that over medium until hot. Now you don't have to temp check it, but my recommendation is 350 Fahrenheit. Now pour your hot oil over your mixture in your heat-proof bowl, right? You did pick a heat-proof bowl, I hope. Once your hot oil is in there, mix it lightly. Then using a spider or a perforated spoon, fish out your noodles and place them into your bowl. It's okay if you get some of the cooking water in there. That'll actually help emulsify the sauce. Now toss all that together until your noodles are nicely coated, and that's it. When you eat these noodles, I recommend grabbing them with a chopstick and using scissors to cut them into small bite-sized pieces rather than sucking on them because they are quite thick. I'll be honest with you, an untrained mouth may be surprised by their girth. Anyway, chili garlic number 1, done. Let's taste. Sauce number 1, pure chili garlic. Wow, this is an experience. My first thought was 16 noodles. That doesn't seem like enough. Listen, 4 to 5 noodles of this thing, I think you're good. This is the perfect snack side dish for a group of people or just yourself. You don't have to cook all of them at once. This sauce by itself is utter perfection, okay? The perfect level of spice. It's not too spicy. Don't be like, oh, am I gonna be able to handle that? Whenever you see like a red chili sauce on noodles, this has every flavor you can imagine when your mouth is watering. It's garlicky, it's spicy, it's got the umami from the MSG and other things. Sort of the unctuous, savory sauce you want on all things starch. And this is the perfect starch, or you can put it on any other noodle you want. And everything from the top to the bottom, homemade. Now for sauce number 2. On to sauce number 2. This one may be the easiest. Large bowl. 1 tablespoon or 18 grams of gochujang, 3 tablespoons or 37 grams of sriracha, 3 tablespoons or 46 grams of tahini, 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of ground Sichuan peppercorns, 1 tablespoon or 17 grams dark brown sugar, 1 teaspoon or 7 grams of sesame oil, 3 tablespoons or 50 grams of soy sauce, 2.5 tablespoons or 24 grams of water, pepper, 3 cloves of garlic grated, mix together until combined, boil your noodles, add them to the bowl, and toss to coat. Chili garlic number 2, done. Let's taste.
Oh, that's like dark, that sound. Ooh. This one's a little different. Give me kind of like Dan Dan noodle vibes, but not quite. You got the sesame, it's creamy. Why is this one spicier than the last one? How does that make any sense? Oh, the Szechuan's in there. It's in my mustache right now. This is like a step up in spiciness and it adds a layer of creaminess to it. No sweetness, it's very savory. I like this one, but I think the last one I prefer more. On to our final sauce, number 3.
Now, the next sauce might be one of my favorite noodle sauces that I've made in a while. In a medium sauce pot, add half a cup or 100 grams of white sugar, 1 cup or 240 milliliters of water, 1 cup or 240 milliliters of white distilled vinegar, 1 cup or 240 milliliters of fish sauce, 15 garlic cloves. Yes, that's right. Follow that with 1 cup or 26 grams of Korean chilies, 4 green onions, rough chopped, and a 3-inch knob of ginger, peeled and thinly sliced. Cover with a lid or a cartouche, which is just parchment paper folded, because you want these bad boys to steam. Bring that to a boil over medium-high and cook for 7 minutes or until the chilies are tender. Remove from the heat and let that sit for 5 minutes. Then pour everything into a blender, blend on high speed. Once that's blended to as smooth as possible, slowly stream in half a cup or 105 grams of vegetable oil. Then once all that is added, pour your sauce into a bowl, add salt to taste if needed, then get your large heat-proof bowl, boil your noodles, add them to a bowl, add your sauce, toss, toss, toss. I meant to say pop into a bowl, but I wrote poop on my VO notes here, so poop into a bowl. Maybe garnish this one. Chili garlic number 3, done. Let's taste.
Sauce number 3. I don't know what this sauce is. This is kind of inspired by a sauce I used to make at a restaurant. Uchi. It's not their sauce, but the technique is similar and the ingredients are very similar. Oh, this one's good. Full stop. Sauce number 1 is my favorite sauce of all time, period. But this is one of the few times I've made a noodle sauce that I think goes toe to toe. Because it's savory, it's sour, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's garlicky, but it's very caramelized, it's very rich. It's about picking a sauce that suits your needs the best. Plus, these noodles have girth. When was the last time you could say that? But do you wanna know what else has girth? B-roll.